I thought I would become an instant millionaire, right?
Yeah.
I was so positive. And so I went on the road with, put some samples in and went on the road, first of all, to the shoe stores. And I went to like 150 shoe retailers in Southern California and got shut out by every single one of them, not a single order. My first year's sales of UGG was 28 pairs. Who would believe that, here I bought 500 pairs because everybody told me how great I was. And reality was so much rejection. And I was an accountant and I hated selling in the beginning, right? So getting rejected by shop after shop after shop was just tragic for my self-esteem. And I should have given up. I would have given up then, except I borrowed 20 grand to buy that 500 pairs and I couldn't just walk out on my investor. So I was forced to sort of figure out how to get rid of the rest of them. You hear all these people sprouting manifestation, go after your dreams, follow your passion. There's so much of that out there today. And I believe in a lot of it. I mean, if you do have a product, all that helps. But you have to have a level of reality as well. And, you got to pay the bills, you got to pay rent, you got maybe family. And those things are important to look after first. And then the business is. But if you have been trying to start your business for several years and there's no traction, that's when you have to have a reality check and say, okay, is this just my wild idea that I love but nobody else gets the point? And if that's the case, you may consider switching gears and finding out what's more appropriate. I was selling exactly the same UGG boots, but the image that I portrayed was totally different, right? The product didn't change, but the way I presented it and the way I made it attractive to the consumer changed. So if some people, if your listeners are in a funk and it's not working, then go ask the customers, like those little surf kids told me. Had I not heard that, I would have still blazed away doing those rotten ads. So if it's not working, find out from your customer who you're trying to target why it's not working, and then figure out a way around that. I didn't claim to be any big, mogul wholesaler or anything like that. I was just a young guy floundering around, and most times when other people see you seriously trying but on the wrong track, most people will tell you, they'll give you a hand, they'll help you out. Most people in the world really want to help out a young entrepreneur getting started. As an entrepreneur, you have to learn to pivot, right? Every time you hit the wall, you got to figure out a way over it or around it or under it, or, and I call that pivoting. And the pivot that I did, I knew I was dead. I wasn't going to be able to give that 45-minute presentation. And it was totally random. Two things. Random that I had the file in my briefcase of all the celebrities, and random that I thought about it. And I thought, okay, how can I tell her how big this is in 5 minutes? And I said, damn it, I'm just going to show her who's wearing these things. And as soon as she saw that, she opened up to me. And then, I wasn't prepared, if she doesn't like my presentation, I'm going to pull this folder out. I didn't even know I had the folder going into that meeting. It was when I got shut down and had to pivot, that's when my mind went, oh, well, how else can I get this across? And so it was absolutely random. I've got a favorite quote, that this saying has been around forever. It's the minute you start out on a path, the universe will conspire to work with you. It's ancient. It's probably 2,000 or 3,000 years old. But here's what I want you to understand about that. The universe is perfect, right? Everything any one of your listeners could possibly want already exists. So how do you get it into your arena? What that saying means is that once you start out on a path, the evidence of what you want will hit you. And if you're sitting in front of the TV with no motion, nothing will ever hit you. Nothing will come into your awareness of the path that you're on. Everything you can possibly want exists as long as you're in motion. Follow your heart, and I don't like using the word passion because passion only comes after you've been at it for a long time, But follow what you think is logical, because your subconscious really is sort of divinely guided. I totally believe that. And you really can't go wrong. Really, it doesn't start with passion. It starts with an interest. If that interest resonates with you inside, that's what you follow. And the more and more effort you put in, and the more you learn about it, the more investment you put into it, that's when the passion starts. Be open to it not turning out exactly like you envision it, because, quite often changes are better than what you thought of in the first place. So be easy with yourself, and just remember, the quickest way for a tadpole to become a frog is live every day happily as a tadpole. And if you can live in the now like that, doesn't matter what path you're on, you'll end up being happy.